y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly. It's Alyssa and Katie, and we are two top producing realtors in the Baton Rouge market.
We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths. All right, here we are in our COVID feelings. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. How are you feeling today?
Oh, just fine. So this will be our bonus episode.
Yep.
For COVID feelings. Everybody is adjusting. And
yeah,
we thought this would be a good one to do because we found that before we were recording our podcast separately, via Zoom, that we were talking about our feelings.
Right. Right. We were trying to get through our feelings and then we would record, and it seemed like we might as well share that with the people.
Yeah. We were like, hey, why don't we just share what we just talked about with everybody so they can know how we are and whatnot.
Well, because they want to know if they're not the only ones feeling this way.
Well, what I've noticed too is that we talk a lot about mindset and comparison and perception versus reality. And when you're stuck at home, there's so many different things you can be doing, and you have so many different people, and none of it's right and none of it's wrong.
Right.
You have the people that are like, I'm going to accept every challenge that there is, and I'm going to do one huge project a day, and I'm going to work out every day, and I'm going to do paleo, and I'm going to homeschool my kids like a champ. And then there's people that are like, so I've done nothing but eat Cheetos for 4 weeks, and right. I just want to rest, and I don't want to do anything. I just want to rest, and I don't want to be productive, and that's fine too. And it's but then when you're scrolling on social media, I know for me anyway, I compare myself a lot, even though I try really hard not to, but it's you see people doing awesome things, and then you're down on yourself. So then I start doing awesome things, and then I see people that are writing novels about embracing rest during this time, and I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing anything.
Right. I feel like I'm both of those people. The one that's eating all the Cheetos and the one that's doing all the things.
Right.
But I feel like it's almost a consistent up and down and change. It's one day maybe I'm the Cheeto person, and the next day maybe I'm the I'm going to do all the things and be so productive and, be awesome at homeschool and, make it work. So
right.
I think that's what's the hardest about this. It's reconciling with the fact that I don't have consistent feelings.
That's been hard. And I know in the beginning of this, when they first announced that we were going to be quarantined at home, my mom checked on me immediately because she knows, she knows me, and she knows that I'm just not a homebody. I'm if I can come to my mom's house or go to Tanner's mom's house or go visit family or drive around or go see friends or have friends over, I love my house and I love being home, but I'm just a busybody, and
I like the people.
I love the people. And for the first couple days, I was kind of in a dark spot of just feeling overwhelmed at the thought, because my Tanner still has to go to work.
Right.
I can't use grandparents for help.
Yeah.
And it just made me go, it seemed very daunting in the beginning. And I kind of was in a funk. And then after about 5 or 6 days, the first week was over.
Yeah.
I kind of was moving more into acceptance.
Yep.
And trying to, see the blessings and, do things that make me feel better about myself, whether that's a quick workout, cleaning something, eating better. And now, how many weeks are we in?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So my kids were told they wouldn't go back to school on March 13th, I think. And that was a Friday, and they had that day off already for conferences. So they haven't been to school in almost a month, because we're recording this on April 9th. So we've been home. We sort of started staying home exactly then.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to think on April 12th, we did my son's conference at school, and the teacher said we're packing in their bags today what if bags. So their extra, like some books and some of their schoolwork, so that if they ended up having to stay home for a couple of weeks, that's exactly how he put it. So if they have to stay home for 2 weeks, they'll have some work to do, some stuff.
And you were like, what?
I was like, that's so crazy, but okay. And then literally 24 hours later, it was like, good thing you've got your what if bag because it's time. And then it's now like April 30th. And we all know that that's probably not the end of it. Like they'll probably not go back to school for and our school would have ended like May 20s, early 20s.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much left anyway after April 30th. So it's just so crazy because it went from zero to everything like in a flash. And I think it takes a long time to adjust to changes in your life like that when you didn't know they were going to happen.
Right.
And to feel so restricted in what your choices are. Like you can't just go out and, what if you're the type of person that likes to go to the mall to blow off some steam and like just, shop? Or what if you need to like see your parents or like, it's just, or like hug people. I mean, my God, I cannot even imagine, and bless them. And I hope that they are making it, people who live alone, like alone.
Bad. Yeah.
I know. Like, I mean, I can't even complain about being annoyed by my family because we're always together, because at least I have some people to hug,
And then there are times during this that I wish I lived alone.
Right.
That I was like, if I have to watch Peppa Pig one more time.
You're going to get an English accent.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there have been times where I was like, maybe I wouldn't feel, because I think it was, obsessed with Haven.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I worry about myself with how obsessed with her I am.
You love her.
I just love her so much.
Yeah.
But I also need my space, and I need my adult time and my alone time, and it's hard. And like me and her, we do things together. Like we go places, we go visit people, we go like to the park.
She's on the go with you.
And now we can't do any of those things. And she's like, Mommy, play with me. Play with me. Play. And I'm like, I'm not a good player. Like I'm not good at just like piddling and pretending. And like I'm trying my best.
I hear you on that. Okay, so tell me about the project, the window project, because we haven't talked about it. I saw it on social media. So she sat with you and helped with that? Like, how was that time?
Okay, so it was fine, except for the fact that I realized that I don't. So for those of you that don't know, I got old windows and I wanted to paint like a rainbow on it and make them pretty and then hang it in her room.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it would be a fun thing for us to do together until I sat down to do it and realized she can't do this with me. She's 3. Yeah. She's going to mess everything up. So then it led to us arguing because she wanted to do it. And I was like, no, baby, I have to do this because she's like at the age where like she can't even scribble properly. Like,
right.
It would just be. So I went actually in our storage shed and found an old tile, an old floor tile, and just let her paint it.
And how did she like that? That worked better.
She was happy to have something to do.
Mom did hers. She did hers. Yeah. It's I'm blessed, first of all, to have 2 children, so they can play together.
Yes, that's lovely.
I mean, they don't argue too much, but they play together. And they're of the ages. I mean, Jack is 7 and Ainsley is 10. They also can just entertain themselves alone. And Ainsley is a people person, and she was, my only until she was 3. It was hard. Like I remember those times when she was like, play all the time, even when we weren't like, told to stay home. Like it's tough because when you're used to working all the hours, like it's just tough to stop and be like, okay, I can play. Like, I don't even know, like that takes work. That's a skill.
Oh yeah. It's really hard. And it doesn't come naturally for me. Like both of our like moms, Tanner's mom and my mom, they're really good at playing with her. Yeah. And so I can just like go over there and they play. And
my mom is like that too.
Yeah. I'm just not, it doesn't come naturally to me. I'm not good at baby talk. Like I talk to kids like they're adults. And
yes, me too. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah, it's just been, so we are adjusting. And like, it's funny because in the beginning I was, still heavily working, and then you have mom guilt. Yeah. And then now I'm not, I'm doing my best to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
But when you come home from vacation and it's time to go back to work.
Yeah.
And you like have that struggle, that transition. It's hard to shift your mindset from like home and mom, work, home and mom. And I'm having to flip the switch at the drop of a hat. Like if she's down for a nap, I need to flip the switch. Work, get it done. So that way when she's awake, I can be more present. And there have been times where I've been like, baby, mommy has got to open her computer while you watch your show. It's just got to happen, you know? But now I'm at the point where I have moved into acceptance. We have a
I think that's where I am.
Yeah. We have a little routine going that is getting me through the days, and I'm doing the best that I can. And I've should be doing better in some areas. But I don't know. Now I'm kind of like, how is it going to ever go back to how it was?
I don't think it will go exactly back to how it was, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
not on May 1st.
No, and
not right away.
Not right whenever the time is. You're not just going to like run out the door and do all the things you did before.
Right.
Well, I think they're probably, and part of me feels excited and encouraged to take the things that are working now and apply them in the future. So when it changes, I mean, what if I start doing virtual buyer consults? What if I start doing, Zoom calls for my pre-listing appointment? Won't that give me more time at home? I mean, it's less travel time.
Yeah. There's a lot about, like, we had our board of directors meeting virtually. And it was amazing. It was so fast. It was so efficient. Everybody showed up on time in the meeting. I'm like, maybe this needs to be how we do meetings.
Oh, tell them about your sales meeting at your office.
Oh, yeah. So our office does Wednesday sales meetings. And like when I started several years ago, they were always just so full. And then people get busy in life. And like I don't attend like I should. And it makes me sad because I really found them valuable. But anyway, attendance was kind of declining, but we still had the sales meetings. We did our first Zoom sales meeting. We've been doing them still every Wednesday at 9 a.m. And there was 68 people on the call.
I mean, it's amazing.
And I was like, where have all these people been? And they stayed on the call the whole time. You can type your questions. And it was so nice because sometimes in sales meetings, people just interrupt, blurt out questions. Cell phones are going off. They just raise their hand and like start speaking. And it's like, that's the part that I can't sit through. And this made them all muted. And if you had a question, you typed it. So I don't know. I felt like it was awesome.
And
well attended.
So many more people were even there. Pretty nice. Like, I think some things are going to be positive. I think that's where I'm at. I'm at acceptance. Like, there was plenty of tears in the beginning. There was plenty of like feeling like I was in some sort of race to get things done. Like, oh my God, I have all this time. I better do all the things before I don't have the time. And then I think now I'm at the point where I'm like, why can't I make the time whenever I want to? Like, just because it goes back to normal doesn't mean I have to keep that schedule. I think I'm probably going to set some pretty serious business hours. Like,
after
that's
this.
it. Like they're not, and I'm just going to, because people, when they know they can't, they're fine. And we've talked about this on the show before, but it's total mindset. So just being out of that place where you're like, I take all the appointments and I do all the things, I'm getting there. I think I'm getting there. I'm excited.
I feel like it's been a pruning process. And like, it can be painful, but it's needed. To just see it for what it is.
I agree. I read some posts with the stages of grief. It's totally that. Like you go through all these stages. We're recording this now where I think if we had recorded this last week, it would have been a totally different conversation.
I think I shared this on my Instagram story, but it was a quote that says, in the rush to return to normal, let us use this time to consider which parts of normal are worth rushing back to.
That's so good.
I was like, oh my gosh, there are things that I don't want to rush back to.
And you don't have to. It's your life. You get to choose. Like, you get to choose. I feel like we're all put way more in a weird way, completely out of control of our life right now and totally in control of it. So like, you get to pick how you go back to it. I like some of the things that people are saying, like reset, and Chelsea Peterson has been talking about business improvement sabbatical or self-improvement sabbatical. And I think that's cute. And I think I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to do those things. Like, okay, well, I better fix up the business and I better get all the systems in place and I better talk to the whole database. And I'm like, I'm emotionally not there every minute. Just like I think all the rest of us are like, some minutes I'm okay. And then sometimes I'm like, this is heavy and I don't know that I want to reach out or do anything. Maybe I just want to watch some Netflix, you know?
I think it was like day 5 or 6 in, and I was in my funk, and I saw other realtors posting these really adorable marketing things about how they're going to do all these things virtually, and here's the virtual services they offer.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like not good at real estate. That is where I went. I was literally like, I suck at this. I don't do what I'm supposed to do. I expect more of myself. My clients people expect more of me, and I'm not doing anything. But then I was like, Alyssa, you just need a break. Like, you're not ready to jump into all
the
of
next
this
thing.
And
like,
and now I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm getting my energy back in my business brain, and I'm wanting to implement some new things. But there were certainly moments where I was just like, I feel like a fraud. I feel like I can't even keep up with the competition. I mean, horrible dark thoughts.
Yeah, horrible dark thoughts.
Horrible dark thoughts.
I don't like that.
Are not rational.
No, at all. I mean, honestly, you've done more business in the first 3 months of the year than most will do in the whole year. So it's okay to take a few weeks and not be go, go, go. Like, it's all right.
Yeah, but now I am having like buyers reach out to me.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I need to realize that I think some people are preparing for real estate to like end.
It's not.
It's not. And if I'm in a funk when the busyness starts happening, there's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Like, I still need to keep things organized, put some systems in place.
Yeah.
Things like that. So, it comes and goes.
Yeah. I did my first virtual showing today. Which was weird with my gloves and
Haven's calling me.
Oh, she is? Mom.
Yeah, that's what she's doing right now.
Mom. Do we need to put her on the call?
I don't know.
Do we need to WhatsApp? Do we need to get her on the Zoom?
What should I do?
I don't know. What do you want to do? That's like a metaphor for this whole thing. What do you want to do?
I know. I don't know.
If you want to get her and stop, we can get her and stop. If you want to bring her in there, you can. But I feel like
we want to finish this episode.
It's up to you, Mom. Do you want some? Hey, you know what? This brings up a good point. I feel like when I had kids, I wanted someone to tell me the answer.
Yeah. Tell me what to do.
When you're the mom, it's like no one tells you the answer. I'm like, and they all look at you, and I'm like, I've been a mom for 5 hours. What are you looking at me for?
Yeah.
What do you so what do you want to do, Mom? Do you need to go get her out? Can you get her out and like give her an activity back to Peppa Pig?
Let me go tell her that I'll be right there. Hello, friends.
Hi, y'all.
Our template course has launched.
It's out there.
And we have been getting some really positive feedback.
Yes, I have some great feedback I wanted to share with you guys. We had one purchaser say, thank you for these templates. As a new agent, I feel it would have taken me years to create these on my own.
That's awesome.
I know, it's so great. And then I had, these are so incredibly helpful. What a great investment. Thank you for your time and efforts putting these together. I think that you guys, this is the answer to saving yourself some time.
It helps you put systems in place. It keeps you professional. It keeps you consistent. It just makes everything run so much smoother.
So much smoother. You're never going to forget to tell somebody something.
No, because it's all there.
It's all there. And you're going to edit it to make it sound like your voice if you'd like. And it's going to be perfect for your business.
Yeah. So go check out our template course.
Yes.
At
hustlehumblypodcast.com.
Perfect.
Okay. Enjoy. Bye.
She's at least set up watching TV.
Okay. If she comes in.
I don't want to sleep.
Oh, well, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Now that she's released, she's good. I mean, she won't like make a break for it and leave the house though, right?
No, we're not at that age yet.
Thank goodness. Mine never really did that. I mean, some people though have like runners where like the kids, like toddlers would like get out. She's staying. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote a note from a post I had seen where it might have been one. I don't know who posted it, but it was blah, 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 blah. And then basically says, you can't win quarantine. Like it's not a competition. Like you can't win it. Like
there isn't who did it best.
No. Hey, no one's going to rank you at the end of quarantine and say, well, you were number one. Way to go.
Right. Good
Just
job.
do the best you can. I wrote down, I took a screenshot. This was just hours ago. So in a group that I'm in on Facebook, one of our listeners actually posted, is anyone else just feeling so overwhelmed? Like they have so many things they want to do, but it is so drained by what's going on. I feel like I'm getting minimal things accomplished, but I'm so discouraged. That is exactly how I felt like last week for sure. This week, I feel like I've been more productive, but last week I felt this 100%. Like I have all these things that I want to do, but I'm like not mentally able, and then I'm getting discouraged.
Right.
Crazy. Okay, so I want to talk about having a toddler at home since we just had to take a break so you can get her out of nap.
Okay.
I mean, like, I bless you people because they don't understand.
It's funny because my sister-in-law has a 1-year-old and she had to come by. I left something in the driveway for her.
Yeah.
And she came and picked it up. And I saw her from afar and we waved, but he was like crying. He wanted to stay and play. And it made me realize, like, with Haven, she's 3. I can at least say, I can kind of reason with her.
Yeah.
And say, we can't do this.
Yeah.
If you do that, we have to go home.
Yeah.
But like with a 1-year-old, there was no explaining to him, why they couldn't stay and play. And Haven loves school so much. So you know what we did today?
What?
Her school did an Easter drive-through.
Oh, I love it. So did she drive through and get eggs?
So we drove through, and the teachers had posters and,
That's so cute
little things. They had live bunnies in cages.
Yes.
And they had their mascot Bumblebee, the big Bumblebee was like out there dancing. And she's like, don't let him touch me. But then,
right, because now we're all raising germaphobes.
Right. And then at the end of it, they handed you a chocolate bunny through the car. They were all gloved up and everything.
So cute.
It was so cute. And like we Zoom conference call with her 3-year-old class.
That's adorable.
And they did show and tell yesterday.
Oh my
via
God.
Zoom. And she was like, here's my stickers.
Oh, so cute.
She's all like excited about it. And then it starts and she's like
she
a
gets
deer in
nervous.
headlights. And she's like,
she's got stage fright. She's like, look at all these people.
Haven, say hey to Miss Marcy. And she's like, hey, Miss Marcy. And then it's over and she's like, I want to talk to them. I'm like,
that was your chance.
You missed it.
Sis,
it's over.
You got to get right on that. That's so great. Okay, so last night we did our quarantine social distance egg hunt with our neighbors. So this is how it went down.
Oh.
We have 4 houses participated with 6 children. We put out 5 eggs per house in a specific color for each kid. So like Jack was blue. So the eggs are hidden that way. No kids are going to touch any eggs but their own. And then you start at your house and then you progressively went down. So like basically my 2 kids came out at my house. They only picked up the 5 eggs that were their colors. And then they move on to the next house while that kid has moved on to the next house. And then they only pick up the 5 eggs that are their colors.
That's great.
They moved. So we did 4 houses.
So however many colors you have is how many kids you can have.
Well, I guess. I mean, you'd have to make it work. We only had 6 kids, so we
perfect.
Used 6 colors. Yeah. It was fine.
That's a great idea.
It was so fun. And it took them a long time because when you're hunting eggs that are specific to you, the school's done it before with their name on it. It takes way longer because you can't just pick up any egg you see. You've got to find
That's a good idea.
Your 12 eggs. So it was really fun. And they didn't the kids are so like fine and resilient. They're just like, okay, whatever. This is what we're doing. Like they don't care. So they loved it. They thought it was the greatest. I'm like, this is cute, but I would want to miss the egg. They normally do like 3 egg hunts a year. There's a school egg hunt and there's the neighborhood egg hunt. And there's like, I don't want them to miss everything that's normal about Easter or whatever time it's just crazy.
Right. Mm-hmm. There was another thing I'm looking for right now. So I can read it. It was so good.
Oh, I'm so nervous. I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling in my feels.
Okay.
Next week is spring break for us, so there are no lessons. And I'm freaking out a little because we finally got into a routine, like where the first basically morning until lunchtime was schoolwork and everybody's doing their thing and it worked and to kill some time.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get totally out of our routine because we have, starting tomorrow, no schoolwork for tomorrow in a week. And then we got word from school that they're backing down distance learning to 4 days a week instead of 5. So we will have lessons Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, no more Wednesday. So that
it doesn't make you feel better?
No, I mean, both. It makes me feel both. It's better because I don't have to get that accomplished, but it's worse because they need something to do. Like it's
right.
But I think what happens is what's happening across, and they said it was something that's happening all over the country. Parents that are working from home and have to keep strict hours, the schoolwork is too tough. I mean, Jay and I are lucky in that we both are like self-employed and we work at home normally. And I don't have to get certain things done in certain hours. So we could give them all of the attention for 3 hours and then move on with our work. We didn't have to do both at the same time because it's impossible. You cannot teach first grade or fourth grade or any grade to a kid while you're trying to answer work calls.
Sure.
I can't even imagine. Like, it's just equally as crazy as having toddlers or babies is having kids and a legit job where I'm supposed to be sitting at my desk from 8 to 5.
Yeah.
Like that would be, and I think that's what they're trying to help with. So I get it. It's just like stressing me, but it's fine. Like we'll just figure it out.
Get a new routine again.
Isn't that life though?
Yeah, always.
Like with every season, it's like, get a new routine. I mean,
okay, so I found it.
Okay, good.
This was so this will be in 2030. Okay,
2030.
In 2030, a college kid says, in history class, we learned that the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 was really bad. What was it like? And the parent says, well, everything was shut down in an attempt to kill the virus, but not everyone followed the order for 15 days, so it lasted longer than anyone expected. Many people died who shouldn't have. Grocery stores were out of everything because people were hoarding. We were scared of the economic failure for our country and for ourselves because we couldn't work. Don't you remember it? You were 8. College kid. All I remember was that school was closed and you homeschooled me, and I remember doing scavenger hunts in our backyard, and I remember eating meals as a family for a change. I remember getting great sleep because I wasn't up late for homework or getting up early for school. I remember playing board games as a family and watching our pastor on the laptop. Honestly, it was the happiest time of my childhood.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm like, and I see that in Haven. She's like, she misses school, but she's loving.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Tanner both being here, just being home, and it's just all about perspective.
That's what I was going to say. It's all about perspective. Like, and I think that's good that we just like pay attention to what the perspective is, like what ours is and how we can shift it positively, and what theirs is. They're fine.
So I know you've been having trouble keeping up with like email and work things and whatnot. But do you feel like you're able to do any revamping or reorganizing? Like, what does your business look like right now?
So, I mean, we kind of talked about it briefly, but I switched. It worked out timing wise really well. I switched brokers. So I'm doing like all the back end stuff with that. And like, I have some listings that are coming. And like I just said, I just started working with a new buyer. And I think my desk is the cleanest it's ever been. But this is this week. Like last week.
I know last week was rough.
Was a disaster. This week, I feel like I can handle it. Now, next week, who the heck knows? But we're getting into a rhythm. Like Jay is handling Jack's school, and then I'm close to Ainsley, which she's still supposed to ask him for help, but she's right there and she's very self-sufficient. So I can give her a little bit of help she needs while I'm still working. So I feel like it's going better, but I mean, certainly business has screeched to a halt as far as what would normally be coming in.
Yes.
Request wise, I closed my 4 pendings last week, which was part of what was, now I'm just like clean. I've never had a more clean slate feeling in my business ever. So like
new company, new,
what am I gonna do?
Just everything. Yeah.
New, all the newness. And it's really, I think it's going to be good. It's fine. I'm feeling really positive right now. And I think it will stay that way. I think it's going to be okay. I mean, as long as everyone.
I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I think that, I don't think that when the quarantine is ended, everything's just going to go back to normal.
No.
But I do think once quarantine is ended, the buyers are going to be like, oh, good. Can we go look now? Like, I think we're going to be, I think I'm going to be very buyer heavy this summer.
Yeah.
And I'm just
you better get
curious.
some listings, because what are they going to buy?
I know.
I think the couple of listings I was sort of pushing off, I'm just going to go ahead and put out there.
Yeah, I listed one yesterday. So
I know.
And the link to the virtual walkthrough has over 100 views in like 24 hours.
Wow, that's good.
I didn't even think people looked at that.
How did you do it? Is it like a real video? It's not just like moving photos.
So I bought this thing that you attach to your phone.
Okay.
And it's a wide angle lens.
Ooh, what was it called? Because I wrote one down.
I'll have to look it up. I bought it a while ago, like a long time ago, and never used it.
Yeah.
And then I also have just like the handheld stabilizer.
Oh, yeah.
And so walk through the house with the handheld stabilizer.
You're fancy.
And it looks fine.
Good.
Like, I actually looked at some other companies that did quote unquote videos, but they were more like slideshows.
Yeah, where the picture is just moving.
Yeah, the picture is moving, or maybe it was like pieces of a video, but like it wasn't cohesive. It was like, I wanted it to look like you opened the front door
and walked
through the whole house and saw exactly what you needed.
Yep.
And so that's what I did. Now it takes freaking a long time to do.
Oh no. Did you have to edit it?
Easier. Well, yes, I did. I did have to edit. So there's a part when walking up to the front door, you see reflection, and I just stuff like that. And the first, I've only done one edited and uploaded, and then you upload it to YouTube.
I like that.
And then YouTube, that you use that link to put it in MLS.
Okay.
And it can't have any branding on it for MLS.
Yeah.
Like it can't end.
That makes it
call
easier.
Alyssa Jenkins.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to do all that.
Right.
But I used iMovie on my laptop to just put the address at the front, and added this, just like I muted the background so you can't hear me like breathing or whatever, You
didn't want to talk over it?
No.
Okay. Mm-mm. Any particular reason why? You just didn't?
I'll send you the link to mine, but I did put like 3-bedroom, 3.5 baths, and then like when we got to the kitchen, brand new appliances, refrigerator can remain, like anything that they would need to know. But I always heard that people don't really use sound a lot.
Okay. Oh, you mean when they're watching the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
So I just put it into work. Now there is like a little do like a happy little a happy light, nothing like that'll, jolt you when you press play.
Okay.
But just like a simple little do while it's walking through.
I like that.
But I think it came out fine and it was free.
Well, there you go. That's all that matters.
But now I need to do it like times 5 or 6.
Okay. Well, it surely is going to get easier with each one.
Right. That's what I'm hoping. I
guess what?
Figured it out.
Gives you something to do.
It does.
Oh, teach Haven to take those videos.
I know. Yeah, that'd be great.
I know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anything else that you want to say about your feelings right now in our podcast?
I think that we just need to look out for comparison and really evaluating like how you're doing.
Yeah.
And allow yourself time to rest, but allow yourself time to be productive, because we all know that it's true in our line of work that what you do now is going to be what you close in May and June and July. So if you take the full quarantine off totally, it's going to be a rough start getting back. Yeah. And I think that it's all about balance. You don't have to be like hardcore going crazy, but I think that using this time to rest, rejuvenate, maybe listen to our episode about preparing for busy. Like I just restocked all my paper in my home office and cleaned it out. I actually need to send you a picture of my home office because I cleared off the surfaces and I'm ready for a J wall and decor.
Yeah, I love it. You brought another desk in there, huh?
Yeah, when we moved Haven in the big girl room, there was just a desk in that room that we never used, and I was going to donate it, but I've been using it so much.
Good. Well, because you're home.
Yeah, so I might just leave it there for now. So
yeah, that's good. I like it. I think that it's going to be fine. I'm feeling fine. Look, I'm an optimistic person by nature. It's going to be fine. Like as long as everyone I know and love is safe and healthy, it's fine. It's fine. But I think if anyone is struggling with like feeling depression or like kind of sadness, get up, take a shower, wash your hair, put on clothes, put on shoes, paint your nails, like just
I don't think I'm going to go back to getting my nails done.
I haven't in a long time.
I was like religious about getting my nails done because my nails peel and crack and this and that, but I just haven't had them done. I've just been painting them clear, and they're doing way better. And
that's good.
I kind of just like the look.
There you go.
Simple.
Look at all that money you saved.
Nothing flashy.
I'll tell you what I do need though. A freaking haircut. Like it's so bad. Look how bad it is.
I can't tell really, but you.
I need a bang trim is what the problem is. Like, it's like, here you go, YouTube. This is what happens when you're in quarantine. Like,
speaking of our YouTube, like people watch it.
I know, it's scary.
I had no idea that people watched it. And then we got the YouTube sent us a congratulations email.
Yes, they sure did.
Guess what? People have watched over 12 hours of your content. And I was like,
I hope it was the same person.
I know. I was like, that one episode where I yawned so much because I was so tired when we were recording, and like,
oh my God,
all these things I did because I just never really took YouTube that seriously because I didn't think anybody would look at it. And now people are watching it and we have subscribers.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
But it's all right because Jay is making it look good now. So the beginning episodes are kind of but the newer episodes will look good.
Well, the funny thing about the Zoom calls are now we get to be straight on. Like we don't have to get the profile video.
Yeah, that's nice, I think.
It is nice. You know what? We might Zoom call to take the video when we're in person. Just so we have
it's like
video.
A camera.
I know. Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. Nobody wants to hear this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, guys, hang there. All going to be okay. We are in an industry that people always need a place to live.
Yep.
Leases are always up. People want to buy. People need to move.
They got to move.
Just get through this time and rest and rejuvenate and revamp, and we're going to come out of this even stronger.
I like that. Rest, rejuvenate, revamp.
Yep.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Be good.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly podcast. Let us know who we should toast to for the next episode.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hustle Humbly Podcast. If you have an episode, topic, or question, please email us at hustlehumblypodcast@gmail.com.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. See you next week. Bye.
This is the good life.